Daydreamers.
Okay, this is my review of the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. I'm doing this. This is Don Diminis, by the way, from Daydreamers Podcast, Daydreamers Productions. Follow me online at DONSGFX on Twitter and Don Diminis IG on Instagram. I'm doing this on my drive home from the theater right now. It's pretty much just a reaction slash review of the movie. My consensus, just short version, is not that good. To me personally, it's not horrible. I say it's pretty whack. It's not whack, it's not super whack, it's just pretty whack. I give it a C minus altogether. The only reason I don't give it a D plus is for the action. There's a lot of action, more action than the last Mockingjay. I know it's supposed to be 2 installments. The first one was had a cliffhanger where Peter's all crazy, and this movie kind of picks off like right where the last one left off. And I remember people saying, "Oh, when the second Mockingjay comes out, you gotta watch them together and all that stuff." And I really don't think that'll hold up. I mean, it's even though those two movies go together, it's like it's still not the same as the first one and the second one. To me, those were really good movies for the Hunger Games, especially the first one. The first one's what turned me on to all of them. It was full of action, very different for the time. It was just off the chain. And the second one, people complained didn't have as much action. I felt like it did. It still had the Hunger Games thing and everything with the victors fighting each other. It was awesome. Whereas Mockingjay Part 1 is where it really lost steam. It was not that much action. It was a lot of explosions. This is what this movie is. It's a lot of explosions. It's not that much action. It's like 2 big sequences where there's action. It's a scene where they're like underground and they're fighting these zombies. And by the way, they put zombie things. I don't know how they were described in the book. In the movie, they look like zombie things. At least how they walk and everything. When you see the silhouettes of them coming towards Katniss and everybody, they look like zombies. I just call them sewer Hunger Games zombies. That's what they were. They were zombies, zombie things at least. And that's a great action sequence in that movie where they're all beating the shit out of zombies. And that scene, someone dies. Almost every scene, let me say, somebody dies. Almost everybody dies. And I should say this first thing. I didn't read the book. I read the first book. That was it. I didn't read Mockingjay. I didn't read Catching Fire, the book. I know they switched some things around. I don't know what's different between the book and the movie. I'm just looking at this just as a straight movie watcher. I've seen all the Hunger Games movies, and this one, to me, it's not the weakest one. I feel like Mockingjay Part 1 is the weakest one. This is the second weakest one. Third weakest, Catching Fire. The best is Hunger Games, the first one. So it's, to me, and it has that sappy ending. I don't know how the books end. I don't know if the books end this way, but it's like the Harry Potter movies where it's all good in the end, and everyone has a kid, and it's I don't mean to spoil it. Sorry, I'll cut that out. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. After this point, I'm gonna spoil the movie. At the end, I don't know how big of a spoiler it is, really. Because the book's out, but again, I don't know how different this is from the book. But in the movie, Peter and Katniss settle down and have a kid or kids, and it's like the Harry Potter ending. I don't mean to spoil that. That movie's been out forever, but it's like it's okay. They all have kids, and their kids are happy, and they're happy, and I'm just like, no. And the other. The people were gushing at the kids in the theater. I'm just like, I thought, like, when Katniss, it's a scene where, the Capitol or snow, it's really snow, but it's under the guys at the Capitol does it. They drop bombs on the Capitol, and they drop bombs on the rebels and what have you. And it's a scene where Katniss gets hit, and I'm thinking, that's it. The movie's up. Like, the movie should have ended right there or something like that. Or when Katniss, again, spoilers, when Katniss kills Snow, something like that. But I liked the movie. I thought it was great, but not as much. I'm lying. I didn't think it was that great. I thought it was okay. and I didn't think it was as good as Catching Fire or as good as the first Hunger Games. So my advice to anyone going to see this, go see it. Maybe watch Mockingjay Part 1 before so you can kind of, it'd be cool. I wish I had watched it before so I can kind of see exactly where it left off at, because it really picks up right where it leaves off in the first one. It's kind of cool. More action in Mockingjay Part 1, that's good. Again, a lot of explosions. I haven't seen Expendables, but I know what the Expendables is about. A bunch of explosions and action and shit. That's what this is. Not that much fighting action, which is what I like. I like how, like the first Hunger Games movie. This one is not that much action like that. Not that much fighting action. It's just a lot of explosions, a lot of booms and bangs and all that stuff. Not that much, gunfighting and shit like that. Kind of like Divergent in Insurgent was. The first Divergent had all this action and shooting and jumping and whatever, and the second one was talking, gunfight, talking, gunfight. That's what the fuck the problem was with Mockingjay, and this one is kind of like that. It's a lot of them. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of them walking somewhere, and then explosions happen, and then someone dies, and repeat. And then it's like some pretty, like 2 good fight scenes sprinkled in between them walking, explosions, dying. So that's a lot of people die in this movie. It's a lot of explosions, not that much fighting action. If you like explosions, you'll like Mockingjay Part 2. In Part 1 probably. There's a lot of explosions in that. That are many fight scenes in that. So, like I said, I give it a C-. It was good. It's just my reaction to people. I don't know everything about the Hunger Games. Probably, I'm just that first movie really won me over with Jennifer Lawrence's performance, and she does really good in this movie. A lot of great performances in this movie. They really did a good job making her look, like she was still, I guess, the girl in the first movie, like she was still supposed to be 16 or whatever. They made her look really just like the first movie. And her outfit at the end where she's in the all black is so fucking bossed up. I wish she was in that outfit the whole movie, but she's not. She's in it for like 5 seconds. But she looks so fucking awesome in that. I wish I could have seen her just go to town and kick somebody's ass in that, but you don't really see that that much. I mean, you kind of see it on a couple scenes, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more action. I thought it was going to be like the first Hunger Games with people fighting and punching and arrows and swords, and no, it's a lot of, it's like a tactical movie. It's like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. the first season or some shit. It's like a bunch of people in all black shooting a bunch of people in all black, or shooting people in all white, the peacemakers, I guess, and it's just not as exciting. It's just not that exciting. And the world of the Hunger Games has kind of lost what made it, semi-magical and fantasy-like. It's more like our world. It's not that much fantasy, except for the part with, like, you see this weird tiger lady and you see, like, the zombie ghouls. It kind of reminds you, they kind of seem out of place. Like, that tiger lady really seemed out of place. I was just like, what the fuck is this? And it was crazy because there's this weird subway scene where it reminds me of The Wiz, and then I see the tiger lady remind me of the Cowardly Lion. It was really weird, and it seemed out of place. So yeah, I'm gonna just say I like it. It was better than the last Mockingjay, but it's not the best Hunger Games movie. You want to see a good Hunger Games movie? See the first 2. Or the first one is the best, in my opinion. I can't wait personally till they all come out. I'll watch them all together. I feel like maybe it could be better like that. See them all together. I don't know. So yeah, this is Don signing out. Daydreamers Podcast, Daydreamers Productions.
Daydreamers Unite.